Hey everybody, it's Dr. Kim, and I wanted to share with you some of what the private retreat experience is like. And for those of you considering private retreat or a group retreat, to have a sense of what's really possible when you choose something like this. So I have my lovely friend, Joni here, who's just completed a private retreat here at our cottage in Colorado. And some of the things she's already experienced were so amazing. The process began when she made the choice. So one of the first things I wanted to speak to was when you feel that heart calling, that this resonates for you, but you don't know how could I have this? How could I choose this? How could I pay for this? How could I take that time off? Or there's the thought of, I've tried so many things, like, would this really make that difference for me? And for Joni, it's the choice that created the possibility. And when she chose this, that's when she started receiving. And a lot of things started to open in her life. So would you share a little bit about what that was like when you were kind of considering this, and then how you actually chose it and what started to come in?
Okay, well, I was considering it, and the first thing I thought was, okay, it's a lot of money, I can't do it. And then like seconds later, I felt like I have to do it. I also thought about, I'm giving up my Christmas vacation, but I thought it was worth it for what I wanted for my life. But with the money, it was incredible because in the following weeks when I decided I was doing it, I went on to missingmoney.com and put my name in, and 9 days later I got a check for over $200 that I didn't know was owed to me. And I received a few checks from class action suits from Facebook and other, like 3 checks that I didn't know was owed to me.
Wow.
And Thanksgiving weekend, I just bumped into a guy painting windows and he needed help, and the next day $300 cash just came to me. And the biggest thing was that I felt comfortable asking for help with it, which I swore I would never do. And I was thinking, okay, I'll just let it sit on my credit card and build interest. But I decided that would not be the way to go, would just create more anxiety. So I asked for help from someone who I swore I would never ask for help from, who always offered it to me, but I didn't feel I should.
Yeah, you weren't receiving.
Right, I wasn't receiving, and that also changed the relationship. That was my mother. It changed our relationship before I even got here.
Yeah.
So, and this has changed my life, and I can't wait to get home and be me.
Yeah, a lot of times we make a choice, and when we choose ourselves, we choose our heart. It's a very different kind of choice than choosing from fear. And when we choose that, it opens things up. It like releases the blockage we've had to receiving. So all the ways we've blocked receiving, but there's stuff ready to come in, and like someone owed you money, and then they started paying you.
Oh yes, another one. Yes, money from like 6 or 7 years ago. I got a text, and I'm going to send you some checks.
Yeah.
I thought that was dead and gone. I was never getting another penny.
There's flow that's already ready to come to us, and the energetic blocks we have actually keep us from experiencing that. So when we do choose, whether it's this or in whatever way we start to choose our heart, we choose from our essence of knowing, like, I'm having this. It lets those release. So choice creates a lot of possibility. So would you share a little bit about what this has been like and what you've already begun to notice?
Well, the biggest thing is that I'm allowing myself my feelings. That was always scary for me, and I had to push it down, or I had to eat something, or I had to watch TV, do something to distract myself from my feelings. And now I'm learning to just let them come up and not push them away, and realizing how much I lived my life in fear, and being kind to myself, because I'm kind to everyone else, but not to myself.
Yeah.
So that is like a big thing.
And you've noticed already, like, how that's shifted your experience of your family.
Yes.
Where before it was like anger and how could you do this and why are you doing that? And that now they've received you in a whole different way. And
right.
The response has been different.
Yes, I've had phone calls and texts with family members, and they just went totally different than they normally would.
Yeah.
So, it was amazing.
That's something I wanted you to share, because it happens really often that even before people get home from their retreat, they're experiencing their family members differently and receiving. Like one woman said, my husband called and was like, I'll cook you dinner. Want me to cook you dinner? before you come home. And it never had happened before. And some of the things you shared this morning were like that same kind of thing with them receiving you. Okay, you're going to do that. Oh, you're choosing not to go to this event with us. Like, great. Like, we'll bring you some food. And
that was amazing.
Yeah. And it's significant difference from like how the energy was between you before.
Yes. Very different.
Anything else you want to share with people who feel like they might be resonating with this work, but not totally know that, can I choose this? Should I choose this?
I just feel like you're the most important thing. This is your life. And like, I was even thinking, maybe I'll wait till February. And I'm like, why wait till February for, my next school break? It's just so important. I didn't want to waste one more day living in fear and feeling anxious and not experiencing life. I just felt like this has to be now.
There's one other thing I want to bring up too. So at one point, Joni mentioned there were so many concerns and fears and so much energy moving during the retreat here. And one of them was a comment someone had made, oh, you're going to do what? What if that person's a scammer? What if you're getting scammed? Like, what if this doesn't get you what you think it's going to get you? And it isn't just that person voicing the fear, but like it resonates with something in us that says, what if I'm not going to get what I came for? So what would you say to someone who has that come up? What's that been like for you?
Yeah, it came up and it was someone else's voice that definitely resonated with my fear. But I feel like, I don't know, when I've done so many programs and they haven't worked, but I feel one thing why they didn't work was because I wasn't fully invested. I wasn't ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just resonated with you, and I didn't get emails every day like, do this program, you have to do it. Like, we talked about it, unsubscribe to the ones that I do get it from every day. And I just feel like if I'm in a place where I'm ready to receive, then I don't have to worry about anyone scamming me. And like, it's, like my heart is here. So
like the discernment to see what's really a contribution to me and what's me just choosing out of scattered fear, urgency. I have to do this. And there is a really distinct difference, because I know for me, I was choosing from that space for so long. I have to do this program, I have to do this thing, I have to have this.
And by midnight, so you get it cheaper.
Only 3 days left. When we're in fear, we use that as like a manipulative tactic, and there aren't any people or programs or whatever created in that frequency that can really contribute to you opening into abundance. You can't embrace abundance, can't create abundance through fear and urgency. So feel into your heart for yourself of like, is this a calling from pure love of knowing, from awareness of like, this is something I'm ready for. This is something I know I want to choose. Versus other choices, like for me, I made that were like a means to an end. If I do this thing, then eventually I'll have this thing. And it was choosing from fear, totally different. And for this invitation, it really is from the heart. For those of you who are fit for this, you'll know, and I'll assist you in getting that clarity and choosing. And for other people, it's a contribution to you as well, whether you're actually participating or not.
Yeah, and it's already affecting people around me, other people in my life.
Thank you.
And the fact that I'm doing this video is amazing. That's a fear of mine, speaking and being on film. So
it was.
Yeah, so it was.
Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you so much for allowing us to share and being here. And obviously we'll assist you in any way with questions that come up about participating in a retreat like this.
Do it.